welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oh my goodness, it's been a really long time I made any video or even think about posting or even edit any video. It's been a really long time, and that's because I've been very busy with school, my spiritual growth, very important. And also I decided to make this video because it's Christmas holiday, and I have like few days to enjoy myself and also to have peace of mind, because man, I just finished my first semester in pharmacy school, and trust me, my goodness, that was a wonderful, stressful experience I've ever had in my whole life. Oh well, so before I start, I want to actually give you all like the beginning of my pharmacy school, how pharmacy school even came into my thoughts, like what brought it up, how I applied, what I went through, the interview process, orientation leading to my first semester in pharmacy school. Guys, all right, so let me just stop here and then we move on to next. So moving on, when I got into college in 2018, all I knew was that I want to go into medical school, become a neurosurgeon. That was my dream ever since I was 11 years old. And it's not bad, it's okay to have dreams, guys. Like, in short, dream big. That's what I would tell you. Oh my god, Ben Carson, his book Dream Big, I remember. I used to read that book, but life happened. Then I stopped reading. I did whatever. Moving on. So I got into college. My degree was like biology at first. I was like, I'm just gonna go in there and do biology, carefree. I wanted to go into medical school. I know that, okay, if you need to go into medical school, you need a biology degree, and that's a lie. Trust me, you could go into college and take on like an engineering degree, take like basics of biology classes that are needed for pharmacy school, not pharmacy school now, for any professional school, especially in the healthcare field. You don't legit need a degree to go into professional school. I'm so sorry, I got so used to pharmacy school now. That's all I say every time. All right, so if I had known that from the start, from the get-go, I would have gone to do something else, and not even biomedical sciences with a minor in chemistry and computer science that I did. So let me just put it on there. I got into college in 2018 August, and then in 2020 and the ending part of 2020, I decided to consider the career of pharmacy. I was like, because we are like I was like, oh, why not? There's no harm in like considering this profession. Let me see where it would take me to. So they have like a program that helps students, if you're thinking of like pharmacy like career, if you're thinking of going to the pharmacy world, they have this program that it coaches you and helps you to understand what you're getting yourself into. So that was the program I wanted to go into. I've taken classes from 2018 all the way to 2020. So I've taken like a lot of classes that unknowingly to me, I was fit to even like apply for the real program, for the real pharmacy program. So I applied for the pre-pharmacy program thinking, and I got a call from the admission, like people that do the admission there, and they're like, why are you applying for a pre-pharmacy program when you can just apply for the program itself? And I was like, oh really, I can. And mind you, this is when they are trying to accept people for a professional school in America. Yeah, every school starts in August, especially for professional schools, because of the 4-year plan. So it's in like August is 4, which is the first semester of a school year. So I decided to apply for the real program, and this was in December. It was a last minute thing, trust me, like last minute application. I started applying like 3 weeks to when the application for the school was due. And I was like, oh well, I didn't even know what was about to hit me. So I started applying letter of recommendations, I didn't even find anything. I didn't find it hard to get letter of recommendations because I'm a good student and I have professors. I'm joking, guys. But actually, to be very honest, I'm a great student, and I have professors by my side that would help me. So I started the whole process of the application, the FAMCAS, that's the software that's the place where you put your application to different schools. I applied to I think 5 schools. I remember my dad telling me, because this application you actually have to pay to actually even apply in the first place, and I'm not even talking about small money. So I remember applying last year December, and I came to meet my dad. I was like, Daddy, I need to apply, I need money to apply. My dad told me, why are you applying to 5 schools? If you are so sure you're gonna get into one, at least just apply for one and that's it. I was like, no, I can't put all my own egg in one basket, and let's move on. So I actually applied for 5 schools, and by the grace of God, I actually got an interview date for all of them. Smart girl. That's by the way. So I started my application in December, and on January 4th was the day application was supposed to close. No, they're no more accepting the application. And mind you, let me tell you, you see, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the most prepared and 10 being the least, my sister and my brothers, do you know where I was? I was on 8 because number 1, I didn't even have any, I didn't have what I needed. And see, as a Christian, it's very, very good. See, any plan that God wants you, any plan that God has for you, whatever happens, everything always falls in place. So this is actually, to me, I would say it's a miracle, honestly, because I prayed, because it was myself and my friend that was planning to get into the pharmacy school together, which by the grace of God, we got accepted into there, and then we'll just finish our first semester, which is really, really great and fulfilling. But let me just put it out there. The application was due on January 4th, and I know that they had gone on vacation. They had gone on holiday for the New Year's and everything. And then I was like, I didn't even know how to explain it, but God just surprised us. When they came back on the 4th of January, they're like, oh, we're going to be moving the due date for the applications to, was it March? So I was like, whoa. I was like, oh my goodness. And that was what I needed, because there was no way, because we're doing a lot of things wrong with even the way we are submitting this letter of recommendation, and the transcripts and everything was all wrong until when we all came back in January, and we're like, okay, we're doing something wrong. What were we doing wrong? So we applied rightly, and then so I was surprised we got in. I don't even have to explain the whole process, but everything was just falling in place, and that was because God actually was the one that was helping us. After we applied and everything, we decided that okay, let's put this into prayer, because of course that's what children of God do. That's what a child of God would do. Yeah. After applying, we started praying about it, putting it in a prayer request and everything. Lo and behold, before the due date, I and my friend got our interview date. And so we have a friend that graduated from the same pharmacy school. And the friend was telling us that if you can get an interview date for that school, you basically have gotten it. Just try to comport yourself on that day and everything. But mind you, I was so scared, extremely scared, because I didn't know what to expect. I've never done this in my life. I was so scared. I was like, oh my God, okay. I was happy and I was also scared, because I was like, okay, what? And I felt like I didn't know what to look forward to. So I had gone online, got a lot of help from different friends, helping and coaching myself and my friend that's planning to go into pharmacy school together. So interview dates came. The day came early in the morning. We're already up, like preparing, because it was the interview started I think like around 7 a.m. in the morning. So after the interview date, the interview lasted I think almost all the way to like 12 a.m. No, 12 p.m. not a.m. 12 p.m. at noon that day. So imagine you just staying from like 7 or is this 7 or 8 a.m. in the morning, just being on that Zoom call for like 4 hours. And in my head, I was like, what did they want to even? What are they asking us? But apparently, it wasn't that bad. We just had like few questions that scenario questions, life questions. I will question your character. Because some questions from that interview to today, I still look back at the question. I'm like, now wow. Because to me, I thought they were gonna ask like classic, like math questions, English questions. No, they weren't asking all of that. They were asking like questions, like real life questions in a healthcare setting, in a work setting. How would you behave? Basically, your team effort, your team, like just trying to see the kind of person you are. Basically, whether you are fit to even be in the program. So we did interview, finished on that day, and I think like a week, 5 days or a week after, we got our acceptance letter. like play, guys. I was still an undergrad that got into pharmacy school already. I wasn't even done. I know that this this narrative of people trying to go into medical school, like wait all the way to like their 40th years to prepare for medical school, and they eventually have to wait 1 year or 2 years or never even go back to school after that. And I knew I was telling God, I was like, God, I really don't want my story to be like this. I don't want to go back to my father's house for 1 year, because I know myself. If I leave school to go back, no, I'm not doing that. So I prayed about it, and to the glory of God, this is me. I started my first semester in pharmacy school. I'm still gonna make a video on how that went, on different aspects, like different aspects of my life that were affected in just this one semester of pharmacy school. So I'm just going to just stop here, and I hope I've entertained somebody with my video, with this video about how pharmacy school came into play and everything. Let me tell you something here, guys. I know that a lot of people always have plans, or at this time I want to do this, at this time I want to do this, but hey, as you're going on in life, like always trust the process. That's what I want to say. Like there are different things in my undergrad. There were different decisions that I made out. I was like, God, what kind of nonsense is this? Because I was so confused on what to do. And let me tell you something. It is fine, especially as a college student. Like I was barely starting. Like you're gonna get your footings as you go on. Let me just tell you the truth. That was what happened to me, and right now God is still helping me. So I'm going to make another video on my first semester in pharmacy school. Because we had like orientation day. Orientation was for a week, and then after orientation, the Monday after that was the beginning of pharmacy school. So I'm just gonna stop this video right here, and then I'll continue in the next video.